Now that the humanity is faced with the global health pandemic, vaccine is one of the necessities for a country to gradually overcome the pandemic challenge.
The goal of a vaccine is to induce the immune response that's a consequence of natural infection without making people pay the price of natural infection.
A lot of vaccines have been made by different professionals around the world for them to be able to combat the coronavirus disease, also called as COVID-19, that is still spreading around the world. COVID-19 vaccines such as Pfizer, CoronaVac, Covaxin, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and other vaccines are a significant tool for protecting individuals against COVID-19, saving lives and reducing widespread societal disturbance. Countries all around the world have begun distributing COVID-19 vaccinations to its people.
The government earlier said it will use a geographic and sectoral strategy in giving out vaccines.
However, World Health Organization have identified one of the greatest threats to world health: the vaccine skepticism.
Even if that coronavirus vaccine arrives, I won't do it. Even if it's free, I will still not take it. I am afraid we might get sick.
In this video, we will aim to answer this question. What is the reason behind vaccine skeptics' decision to not get vaccinated? But before that, let us have a quick glimpse about the history of vaccine skepticism and vaccine skeptics today. In 1796, the English physician Edward Jenner developed the first vaccination. It was against smallpox, which showed he could protect a kid against smallpox by infecting him or her with lymph from a cowpox blister. After Jenner infected the boy with smallpox, the kid didn't get sick. The immunization had worked. Jenner's ideas were groundbreaking at the time, yet they were met with widespread condemnation. This critique was based on a variety of reasons, including sanitary, religious, scientific, and political concerns. Because the vaccination came from an animal, some protesters, particularly local clergy, claimed it was unchristian. Other anti-vaccination activists saw the smallpox vaccine as a reflection of their broader mistrust of medicine and Jenner's theories regarding disease transmission. Fast forward to the 21st century, what is the scenario of vaccine skepticism today? To understand this, we ask 3 questions to vaccine skeptics living at Muntinlupa regarding their opinions and experiences about the vaccines. These are the questions and their responses. Are you willing to get vaccinated? Why or why not?
Ayoko kasi hindi pa naman yan ang totoong vaccine na dapat kong tanggapin o ibigay sa katawan ko. Kasi ang vaccine, nasa 3 to 4 years bago yan matanggap na isang totoong vaccine. Yung vaccine ngayon dyan, yan yung vaccine na pangsalo lang sa problema pero hindi yan 100%. Kumbaga nasa 70% na vaccine siya.
Hindi po kasi natatakot po ako sa mga mangyayari sa akin kung sakaling mababakunan ako katulad po ng mga nakikita ko sa social media o sa mga balita.
No, dahil hindi nga po ako nakakasiguro na safe ang vaccine na to.
Hindi, dahil madami na akong nababalitaang namamatay dahil sa vaccine.
Doon ako sa isang side na hindi na lang magpapavaccine. Kasi yun yung kinakatakot ko na baka isa ako dun sa mabiktima na hindi matake ng katawan ko yung vaccine na ilalagay sa akin o ituturok sa akin.
Pero hindi kasi ako naniniwala doon. Alam mo kung bakit? Sige nga, lahat, di ba, mayroon naman nagka-COVID. Vaccinated na yun So hindi talaga siya talagang protect talaga na protektado talaga ng vaccine kasi nagkakasakit pa rin Nahahawaan pa rin
Do you think you are getting enough information regarding COVID-19 vaccines and how safe they are to use? What do you want to know more?
Yes, pero di ako nakakasigurado na talagang safe pa rin itong vaccine na to. Marami ang nagsasabi na safe, pero meron pa din nagsasabi na hindi. So it means hindi ito 100% na safe, kaya nagdadalawang isip pa din ako.
I'm not that interested to know more about those vaccines but I always watch news.
kahit ba nakuha ko na yung, na-absorb ko na yung enough information regarding sa vaccination, sa vaccine against COVID-19, andun pa rin yung doubt ko sa side effect ng vaccine.
Kung sa mga pinapakita po sa balita, hindi po siya ganon kasapat para sa akin. Pero kung dun po sa mga napapanood po sa internet, katulad na sa YouTube, o dun po sa mga, basta sa mga YouTube, ganyan-ganyan, sapat naman po. Gusto ko pong malaman kung paano po nila tunay na natitest yung effectiveness ng isang vaccine. Hindi po yung puro, ito effective to kaya dapat magpaturok na kayo, ganyan. Hindi po kasi parang tinatalakay talaga ng maayos.
Do you recall occurrences that would have made you think twice about getting vaccinated for yourself or your child?
Skeptic ako kasi yung nangyari po kay mama, pagtapos niya po bakunahan, yung unang shot pa lang niya po, palagi po niya sinasabi na sobrang sakit daw ng braso niya, sobrang sakit daw ng ulo niya, palagi po siyang nakahiga sa kwarto, tapos hindi na po siya gaanong nakakakilos sa bahay. Baka ganun talaga yung mangyayari sa'yo kung sakaling magpa-vaccine ka pa. Tapos yung mama ko pa po, sobrang healthy niya po, hindi naman po healthy, pero hindi po siya pait, hindi din po siya mataba, sakto lang po yung katawan niya, tapos ganun po yung mga effects na naranasan niya, so nakakatakot talaga po. Tapos ang isa pa po sa skeptic sa akin kasi po, siguro nung kasagsagan ng vaccine, isa po ako sa mga naturukan, kompleto po yung dose na binigay sa akin. Nasa akin pa nga po yung papel na inaano nila noon eh. Tapos siguro mga after isang buwan nun, lumalabas na po sa balita na maraming bata na kasing edad ko yung namatay sa vaccine, maraming nadala sa hospital. So, simula po nun, hindi lang po si mama yung naging skeptic sa mga bakuna, sa lahat po ng bakuna. Maging ako po kasi naturukan din po ako ng vaccine, so parang natakot din po ako sa kung anong mangyayari sa akin.
Hindi sa point na papush na ako na magpa-vaccine. Pero sa araw-araw na nakikita ko, narinig ko sa mga news about sa mga nagiging epekto sa ibang tao sa mga nagpapavaccine, mas nagigibabaw pa rin yung takot ko. Kumbaga lumalaban pa rin yung takot ko, yung fear ko, para hindi talaga magpa-vaccine. Tsaka ang iniisip ko din kasi, yung takot ko at yung nervous ko ang pumatay sa akin.
Maraming magulang na takot magpabakuna sa kanilang mga anak, katulad ko. Takot akong pabakunahan ang aking 2 anak dahil sa nangyari noon, Daimbaksia. Baka kasi yung nangyari sa kanila nung Daimbaksia, ngayong vaccine na magpapabakuna sila ay maulit-uli na merong mamatay na mga bata.
When false information are spreading.
Ang natatandaan ko ay Daimbaksia. Madaming nasawi ang buhay dahil sa vaccine ito.
Responses of the participants. The reason behind their skepticism are misinformation, Daimbaksia controversy, and concerns regarding the side effects of COVID-19 vaccines. First on the list, misinformation or massive spread of fake news. Spreading of false information in social media is considered alarming in the Philippines given that this country is one of the most active social media communities, especially now that the country is at the state of global health pandemic where every health information considers crucial whether it is fact-based or intended to give false information. Second, Daimbaksia controversy. In the Philippines, the controversy surrounding Daimbaksia, Sanofi's dengue vaccine, that flared up in 2017 has certainly impacted the population's trust in vaccines, and is likely to affect the country's COVID-19 vaccination prospects. In the midst of the noise, some facts may have been overlooked. Third, side effects of COVID-19 vaccines. These created fear, doubt, and distrust reactions towards vaccination. They fear about the short-term and long-term effects of COVID-19 vaccines to their bodies and if they could make it or will it lead them to death. Despite the passage of time, the emotions and deep-seated ideas that underpin vaccine opposition, whether philosophical, political, or spiritual, have remained remarkably similar since Edward Jenner introduced immunization.
day, everyone. We are the Group 1 from Humss 122. I am Eunice ENP Olanca, the Research Group Leader. My members are Mr. Carl Brian Ferraris, Mr. Alexander Medina, Ms. Jeremy Lacson, Ms. Ayana Rey Nazareno, and Ms. Biron Pineda. Our research title is Factors that Affect in Improvement of the Negative Attitudes and Mitigating Skepticism Towards COVID-19 Vaccines in Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Chapter 1: The Problem and Its Background. Vaccines are one of the essentials for a country to gradually overcome the pandemic problem. In line with this, cases shown people being skeptical of vaccination. That is why vaccine skepticism was previously identified by the World Health Organization as one of the greatest threats to world health in 2019, saying it threatens to reverse progress made in tackling vaccine-preventable disease. Vaccination skepticism is considered one of the worst societal challenges today. The goal of this research is to know the root of the COVID-19 vaccine skepticism and factors that affects it. This also aims to solve the dilemma by suggesting actions that may combat it, plus to give information about the topic for the research to be informed. Findings in the study may also be used as references for the future researchers. Our statement of the problem has three questions. These are, first, what causes the people in Alabang Muntinlupa being skeptic on being vaccinated? Second question, what are the factors that can improve the attitudes of people in Alabang Muntinlupa mitigating skepticism of COVID-19 vaccine? And third question, what actions can be done to help people in Alabang Muntinlupa to mitigate skepticism of COVID-19 vaccines? Let us now proceed to the third chapter, Research Methodology.
In the research method we use qualitative approach and phenomenology. In the research qualitative method, using qualitative method, the researcher of this study hope to investigate and find the elements that influence improving positive attitude and reducing skepticism around COVID-19 vaccine in Alabang, Muntinlupa City. Researcher will have a better understanding of the respondents' experiences and perceptions by employing this method by conducting semi-structured interviews. Researchers want to get qualitative data such as conceptual insight. This technique takes into account not only what individuals think but also why. Designing qualitative research using phenomenology, this design aims to explain graphs and interpret human life experiences. Human life experiences, all of this can be accomplished through semi-structured interview with referred participants in Alabang, Muntinlupa. It's a hybrid of structured and unstructured interviews.
Snowball sampling will be used by the researchers. The perfect type of snowball sampling is exponential non-discriminative. This is how the first subject is found, and then he or she gives several recommendations. Each new referral adds to the database. The process is repeated till the sample size is reached. The major purpose of snowball sampling is to better identify the respondents or data sources who can engage in the study based on the recommendation of the main respondent.
Residents of Alabang, Muntinlupa is the chosen participants for this study. The Department of Health clarifies that teens with comorbidities, ages 16 years old and above, can be vaccinated, while Sinovac can be given to clinically healthy individuals, ages 59 years old and below. Our research equal to all genders, other diversity, but must be skeptic on vaccines. The participants should be qualified on the age bracket. It can be students, elders, and workers.
By conducting semi-structured interviews, researchers want to get qualitative data such as conceptual insights. This technique takes into account not only what individuals think but also why. Designing qualitative research using phenomenology, this design aims to explain, grasp, and interpret human life experiences. All of this can be accomplished through a semi-structured interview with referred participants in Alabang, Muntinlupa. It's a hybrid interview that combines organized and unstructured questions. The interviewers, who are the researchers, will ask the respondents a few predefined questions, but the majority of the questions will not be prepared ahead of time.
In the instrumentation and validation, there are 6 questions in semi-structured interview. First is, do you have any idea about the COVID-19 vaccine? If yes, how does COVID-19 vaccine works on your body? The second question is, do you think you are getting enough information regarding COVID-19 vaccine and how safe they are to use? What do you want to know more? And number 3, are you willing to get vaccinated? Why or why not? And for the fourth question, how well do you rely on pharmaceutical firms to produce vaccines that are both safe and effective, and why? And for the fifth question, do you recall occurrences that would have made you think twice about getting vaccinated for yourself or for your child? And the last question is, what do you trust the most for information, and what do you trust the least?
These are the procedures of how we gather data. First step is asking permission. It is important to maintain professionalism when conducting an interview. Interviews involve personal information and experiences. It is professionally to obtain permission first. So the researchers can also ensure that participants' responses on interview are based on their actual experiences. Second step is conduct action. Interviews will be conducted using Messenger or Microsoft Teams rather than traditional face-to-face interview because of the situation we are facing right now. We're able to gather information using semi-structured interview questions regarding the research topic. Final step is to interpret the answer of this is where the will have to by they will be Chapter 4: Presentation, Analysis, and Interpretation of Data. According to the participants, the Dimbaksha controversy, misinformation, and conspiracy theories are the root causes of COVID-19 vaccination skepticism. Six people reported the Dimbaksha virus, whereas are mentioned a previous vaccination failure. Participants stated that the recent Dimbaksha scandal has impacted their vaccine trust, increased their hesitancy, and is one of the reasons for their suspicion of COVID-19 vaccine. Second, misinformation or the widespread dissemination of inaccurate news has also been recognized as a contributing factor. Some of the attendees highlighted Facebook as a source of fake news and misinformation. Some participants deemed Rappler and ABS-CBN to be untrustworthy and their least trusted sources of news information. These two, according to one participant, are black propagandists. Some participants, on the other hand, have trust in the World Health Organization, the Department of Health, ABC News, Fox, and Insider Today. Another cause of vaccine skepticism is a conspiracy theories concerning a zombie apocalypse following the injection of COVID-19 vaccination. This notion has been circulating online, notably on Facebook, and was a hot topic among internet users in 2021. Participants also claimed that the COVID-19 vaccine causes mental illness, major disability, and death following vaccination.
Based on the participants' answers, forcing people, personal health problems, and discrimination are the root of skepticism in Alabang Muntinlupa. Some of the participants said that the government is forcing them to get vaccinated. If you are not vaccinated, businesses, schools, and others can legally stop you from entering their building and use their services.
You can see these interview actions are fear, less doubtful, distrust, and curiosity. Might makes them be skeptic on getting vaccinated. They're afraid of getting vaccinated in their bodies. They are clueless because they don't have any idea. On the other hand, some of them feel and they are hoping for further research regarding the COVID-19 vaccine's efficiency and long-term effects. Some of them are curious about the negative effects, while others asking why people are dying after receiving a vaccine.
Decision influences is one of the issues that came up during the conducted interviews of the participants. Their decisions were influenced by their parents as well as their family and peers. Whether it is direct or indirectly, the participants saw the hesitancy of their family and peers, so they second guess if they will take the vaccination. Other participants were self-researching about their vaccination on websites and social media that might influence personal beliefs in the issue. The outcome might be positive, negative. It is highly recommended to research about the vaccine before taking it. Understanding the threat posed by anti-vaccination efforts on social media is critically important with the forthcoming need for worldwide COVID-19 vaccination program. Chapter 5 Summary, Conclusion, and Recommendation.
In the summary of findings, issues such as the Vaxxia controversy, misinformation, and conspiracy theories are the causes of COVID-19 vaccine skepticism, according to the participants. Number two, issues such as side effects of COVID-19 vaccine, forcing people, personal health problems, and experiences of vaccinated people towards COVID-19 vaccine had been mentioned on the participants' answers, which are the factors that contribute on the causes of skepticism in Alabang Muntinlupa. Third is the step can be done to help the people in Alabang Muntinlupa to mitigate skepticism of the COVID-19 vaccine are addressed what people are curious at address, the aspect that people are doubtful, and the address that causes vaccine skepticism and factors that improve it. And also, in the summary of findings, These are the issues that are refined according to the participants' opinions that we interviewed about the COVID-19 vaccine, skepticism, and are the issues that really causing them to be more skeptic and having a fear on being vaccinated against COVID-19. That causes affecting their attitude to become more afraid and doubting our vaccine. And also, there were also a step that can be done to help and encourage the people in Alabang to address their doubts and fear against our vaccine.
Conclusion. Given the growing number of vaccine skeptics, it is critical to understand the reason of vaccine skepticism. Factors that improve skepticism and activities that may be taken to aid the people of Alabang Muntinlupa in mitigating vaccine skepticism. Of the COVID-19 vaccine, local government units and health workers can also take steps to inform Filipinos who are afraid to be vaccinated. Future vaccinations can benefit from better strategies for informing and encouraging people, particularly those who are uncertain about the vaccine. The things that could be the source of the problem will be avoided and professionals will be aware of the alternatives. Recommendations. An infographic about the findings of this study is recommended in order to reduce the growing number of vaccine skeptics. This infographic intends to inform readers, particularly those who are hesitant to get vaccinated. Brief facts about the COVID-19 vaccine. How the COVID-19 vaccine works in the body, short and long-term side effects of the COVID-19 vaccine, misunderstandings about the COVID-19 vaccines, and the necessity of getting vaccinated are all included in the infographic. The infographic has been prioritized for distribution to vaccine skeptics. This can be distributed in a traditional or on-site manner, as well as online by delivering a soft copy of the COVID-19 vaccine infographic.
This concludes our group paper presentation. Thank you and good day.